Hello, my fellow Call of Duty players. This is Crazyp143, aka Punkin Rock, and this is Storytime Gaming. During this gameplay, I'll be talking about a funny thing that happened to me and my friends in summer of 2008, which was in 2008. It was a really hot summer in New York City. So this day it was like 90 something, and everybody was hot. And one of my friends came up with this stupid idea, which was, let's go get some sound systems and take out the magnets inside, because the magnets inside the sound systems, they were like fucking huge. So since we got the magnets, he was like that he's seen his cousin do it. He said, let's break the magnets, put them on top of the pumps, and take a wrench, I think it was, and spin it around. But I didn't really believe it was gonna work like that because I've never seen that before. So I was the one breaking the magnets, and while I was breaking the magnets, there were like two other pumps open, like 4 blocks from the one we were trying to open the pumps in. And after that, the cops showed up and we all ran. Like, that's the fastest I ever ran in my life. Just because of the adrenaline going through my body at the moment, and I just dropped the magnets and ran so fast. And I kind of saw this basement while I was running, and I jumped over the gate to the basement, and I was just hiding there. And I hid there for about 5 to 10 minutes. And after I thought that everything was clear, I left, which was like 8 minutes later. And I seen my friends outside, and they're breaking the magnets again. I'm like, what the hell? Didn't you guys just see the cops show up, and you're breaking it? And it was like freaking 7 minutes ago. So they were like, that it happens every once in a while. The cops show up, they try to shut the pump off. So I was like, whatever. And I stopped breaking them. I was just watching from then on, because I got really scared, and I kept thinking the cops were gonna show up. The cops were gonna show up, and I was just looking at them break it. And ironically, after they were done, which I was just doing it for the fun. I didn't really think it was gonna work, since, like I said, I'd never seen anybody do it before. And I usually I knew they opened it, but I didn't know how they did it. So I'm the biggest one out of them all, so they told me to take the wrench and spin the pump around so that it can open. And while I was opening it, my friend decided to scare me and tell me that the cops were behind me, and I accidentally over-opened it, which means that there was too much pressure coming out of the pump. And my other friend, like a dumbass, he was standing in the middle of the street while I opened the pump, and since I like over-pressured it and the pump turned on like too much, it had too much power, he was standing in the middle of the street waiting for the blast, and the blast was too big, I guess. And he fell so hard on his face, like he started bleeding from his elbow and everything, because he fell forward. Because in case you guys never been in front of a pump, the pressure is extremely, it's a lot of pressure when you open a pump. And he just like fell face first. And this is a funny thing, because I did not see that guy. I was paying attention to something else. And well, back to the story. My other friend fell so hard, face first, on the floor. And long story short, cops showed up about 30 minutes after we opened the pump. They closed the pump. They stayed there for about 3 minutes, and after that they opened it again. And we just got like this can, I guess, and we got the can. And since the pump puts a lot of pressure out, we put the can on top of the pump, and there was water like flying all over the place. And if you aim the can up, then the water's gonna go up, of course, because of how much pressure. And then there was all these kids just running around the pump, filling up water balloons. We were having water balloon fights and all this crazy shit. And eventually, like, seriously, if you're not from New York, this is funny. Every summer, and every time they open a pump, the cops show up every 30 to 40 minutes, and they end up shutting it off. They stay for like 3 minutes and they open it again. And that's the funny thing. I remember last summer it was so hot, it was like 102 degrees. The cops didn't even care. They noticed it was hot because they didn't turn the pumps off I think it was the 5th of July, if I can remember. I just know it was around the 4th of July. And it was so hot in New York City that the cops, they didn't even shut the pumps off. They would just drive by and then they'll just see us with the pump open and they'll leave us there. And hopefully this summer is not as hot, because usually there are a lot of fights. Like my friend last year, again, he was gonna fight some kid, and thank God we pulled him apart. Next thing you know, he was gonna break the other kid's face open, some big brolic kid. And this happens every summer. Like 2 summers before, there was these 2 guys fighting, and I guess one of them took out a gun. And that's why I don't like going to the pump too much. It's kind of fun when I open it, because there isn't that much people, especially in my block. It's like where I live, it's not that dangerous. It's usually like 4 blocks down that there's all these kids, and like they're all like problematic. They're like fighting and stuff. And like 4 months back, like, yeah, the pump wasn't open, of course. It was freaking cold as hell. But like 4 blocks over from my house, like 3 guys, I think it was 3 guys, they got shot. And I heard it was like in the middle of the night, and I thought it was firecrackers, because they usually throw a lot of firecrackers around where I live. And I was like, I got scared. I woke up because it was really loud. And when I wake up and I noticed that it was 3 gunshots, and my friend called me, he was like, dude, 3 guys just got shot 4 blocks from your house. I was like, no way, dude. And then I heard the cop sirens. It was like freaking 20 cop cars just down the block. They were all just parked. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is just like 4 blocks from my house. And I'm like, this is not a safe neighborhood at all. And especially because there's kids running around. So in the summer, you see these pumps open. People are having barbecues. And you see these little kids running around everywhere, throwing water balloons all over the place. Everybody's getting hit by them. And there's guys that they just like to, they're too problematic running around. And usually it's a lot of fights. And that's a story for you guys. I'll upload a video probably tomorrow. I don't know when I have time. And this has been Storytime Gaming. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.